What's up, guys? Welcome to Vintage Genetics, where it is all about classic bodybuilding. And I'm thinking about doing, and I've thought about doing a Q&A for you guys for a long time, as it's been a while since I've done one. So let's get right started with this Q&A. A couple of videos ago, I asked you guys to ask me questions in the comment section below the video, and I picked out some of them to answer right now. So let's get started. First question by Julian Nygren. Hey Wesley, is the Netherlands a good place to pursue bodybuilding? Thinking of moving to Germany or someplace near, and Netherlands is a place I'm very much open-minded for. Keep up the videos, me and my two brothers all watch your videos. I appreciate that a lot. So basically, what you're asking is if the Netherlands is a good place to pursue a bodybuilding career. Well, it certainly is a great place to start, but in my opinion, America is the best place to pursue an actual career in bodybuilding, as I will be doing most of the shows there. However, this year a lot of things might change. You know, you guys probably have heard that IFBB and the NPC, the clash in between those two, so a lot of shows will come to Europe as well, so I'm not sure how that's going to go, but for now America is still the country of bodybuilding. So in the Netherlands I've done a lot of great shows, but you only will really get out there if you get good genetics and you do a lot of stuff with social media. If you don't, it's very hard to get to the very top, because even if you win the top shows in the Netherlands, you know, sometimes you still do not get recognized in the grand scheme of things. However, in Germany, they are, you know, first of all, it's a much bigger country, and they are very fanatic about bodybuilding for sure. So, if you really are choosing in between the Netherlands and Germany, I would say Germany is, in terms of popularity of bodybuilding, a little bit more ahead. So yeah, that's my answer to that question. Next question by Mr. MC99522. Asking from a university student point of view, what is more beneficial? To combine large and small muscle group, or to train, push, pull, compound in all-around training each time? Well, in my opinion, I am a university student, and the problem usually is time management. So that's why a push-pull workout schedule is very easy to do, because you can do all the exercises you need of a lot of muscle groups in one training. However, you can do a very easy split that doesn't take a lot of time, and that is also easy using a back biceps, a chest triceps, and a quad hamstring workout. I personally do not train shoulders, so you're able to train everything twice a week within 1 hour to 90 minutes each workout. You know, closer to 1 hour if you work out quickly, and especially when you're a beginner, you only have to stick to 3 to 4 compound exercises for a big muscle group and 2 to 3 for a smaller muscle group. But if you don't train shoulders separately and add 1 or 2 shoulder exercises to chest and 1 or 2 shoulder exercises to back, you can do 3 different days at Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and again on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It really depends on when your rest day is and when you're most busy, but you can train everything twice a week very easily indeed, and I've done that for a very long time while being a full-time student. Next question by Cookie Monster. Don't get me wrong, I love the workout videos, but how do I make such epic voice gains? Well, it's a question of watching the right shows and anime/cartoons early in your life. I have watched Dragon Ball Z quite a lot when I was younger, and that has actually been one of the main reasons why I can speak English the way I do. So not only has my grammar and knowledge of words increased because of it, but I also took upon the way of speaking from that show. Of course, genetically you do need to have some kind of a voice with potential, but I was inspired by a lot of shows cartoons, anime, and movies that I watched, and I thought they talked in a pretty cool way, so I like to adopt it and make it my own. Next question by Eric Super 2. Hi Wesley, how come you never train your forearms? A long-time subscriber, never see you doing that. And one more question, how come your brother never takes his top off to show his physique? Well, first off, about my brother, he is in a lean bulk right now and his physique is improving every single day. And he might actually do a show this year, so he will be showing a lot more progress very soon. But about your first question regarding the forearms, I don't train them because when training the back, when training your arms, you already use a lot of your forearms for sure, especially when your form is right. You can do barbell curls like this, or you can do them like this. And when you do it like this, you contract this part of the forearm, making it big. And you want it big to be in proportion with the rest of your body. And also doing hammer curls like this and contracting the top of the forearm when going up, you actually contract the top of your forearm. Just little things here and there being done consistently will add mass to your forearms. But most people don't need to train forearms separately if you train very hard, if you don't use straps every single time. For example, when doing deadlifts, when doing heavy shrugs, you have to try to abstain from using straps for as long as possible until it physically is impossible to do more than 8 reps because of your grip. If that fails, then use straps. But if it doesn't fail, don't use them. Because the stronger your grip is, the stronger you will be throughout the entire exercise. So forearms will grow. If they haven't grown after a couple of years, then do train them separately by simply doing wrist curls for your bottom of the forearm and on the top of your forearm. Nothing too difficult. Next question by the Karasuzero3. What were the main things you learned the past year? If you have to make a review of 2017, what were the most important tips you got from your training or daily life you want to share with us? Well, that is something to think about, but I immediately think about my competition that I did in November, my last one that I won the overall at. Is that I actually felt better mentally and physically going into that competition compared to the one 4 weeks ago, despite I was more conditioned and more full on my last competition. So what I really learned is that the earlier you start with your diet and getting everything done correctly, getting in shape soon, the better you will feel on the show day itself, because you can keep up your diet higher, your carbs higher, and your energy levels will not be depleted at the end. Also, doing a depletion workout and loading up tremendously the last couple of days is not needed at all. If you maintain a balanced diet, if you look good 1 week out, you keep the diet the same, perhaps do a little bit with some fluid retention tricks that actually gets rid of the fluid, using potassium, sodium, playing around with those two electrolytes. You can look a little bit drier, but in terms of carbs and depletion, you really don't have to do that much. And what I also learned recently in December is that when I got into a relationship with my girlfriend, which was December 23rd officially, I learned that I was wrong about thinking I could never find a girlfriend who would suit my lifestyle. But now that I do have a girlfriend who supports me in every single way, who actually lives the lifestyle herself, life just becomes so much greater. It becomes so much richer, beyond what you can imagine if you don't have a relationship like that. So if bodybuilding is your life, if it is your passion, if you know that you do it every single day, if it's your lifestyle, you have to find someone, and you don't have to do it consciously, but make sure that when you get into a relationship that person understands you and actually has experience in the same thing that you are doing. Otherwise, it might deliver too much stress, to your life instead of it making your life richer. You don't want to give up what you already built. You want to enrich it with someone else. And that is something I am very happy about and that I learned in 2017. Of course, there's a lot more, but there's also other questions to answer. Next question by Nick Ryan 4. What are your recommendations or suggestions for someone doing their first competitions? My top recommendations are, first of all, that you look up. You do a certain contest. It has been hosted the year before. Look up the winner of the class that you will compete at. If you cannot beat that winner with the physique you think you will enter, don't compete. Do not. Compete to win. I wouldn't compete for the experience, because the experience will be a lot different if you lose compared to when you win. I might not even start at this channel. I might not have even been as motivated as I am right now if I did not win my first competition in 2013. It was then that I realized I had potential for this sport, and it boosted my motivation to the max. And I tried my very best to get most of my gains through training and nutrition, especially nutrition, which is most challenging for most people. So I've heard so many stories of people doing competitions and then realizing, oh damn, I really don't have such good body parts, genetics. I'm not a good bodybuilder in general because I didn't even land in the top 5. You don't want those doubts and thoughts to enter your head. Working out is fun, guys. You should do it because it's fun, because it's your passion, because you want to see progress. But when you compete, you should compete to beat everybody you will compete against. That is the purpose of competing, to show everybody what you work so hard for. So why not wait another year, maybe 2 years to compete until you're ready? Otherwise, you might waste a lot of time, energy, and mental focus if you do not win. And a suggestion would be, as I mentioned earlier in this Q&A, is to start very early with your diet so you can actually possibly grow into the show. If your nutrition is on point, you'll be lean very early on, and when you're lean you can slowly up the diet, slowly up the carbs, get fuller, and on low carb days, if you do carb cycling, lose the fat, and you will grow into the show if you have the right genetics for it, of course. But if you don't have the right genetics for it, you shouldn't do a show in the first place. But those are 2 recommendations, suggestions that I discovered through experience. Next question by David Arudi 1. Hi Wesley, which supplements are basic in your opinion? Do you think glutamine before bedtime could be beneficial to increase the natural production of growth hormone? I honestly haven't heard of glutamine increasing the production of growth hormone. However, it is very beneficial for maintaining muscle mass when in a cut, because a big percentage of your muscle mass is literally made from glutamine. So having it in your system will prevent muscle loss during training, heavy cardio, caloric deficit, etc. So, but your question was which supplements are basic, which are essential. Well, the most essential thing is your diet. If your diet isn't perfect, supplements won't do much. But once your diet is perfect and you're serious about being the best bodybuilder you can be, there's always things you can add to your diet to supplement to get a better progress in general. So supplements I recommend are, for example, omega-3, and when cutting, CLA. Omega-3, for example, especially to reduce inflammation. If you work out a lot, you actually cause inflammation in the body. You want to limit it, but don't eliminate it. You need inflammation to grow muscle, because it's a response because of the inflammation that you actually get hypertrophy, but you don't want it to skyrocket either. So omega-3 partly helps is inflammation getting too high. And it also helps your cholesterol levels in your blood, which always is a good thing. But if you eat a lot of fatty fish, if you eat it every day, you simply do not need to supplement with extra omega-3. But if you don't like fish, omega-3 is quite essential. It literally is an essential fatty acid. And CLA, to me, is quite essential to, you gotta remember this, CLA is also an essential fatty acid. And when your body gets enough essential amino acids in its system, you are more likely to lose body fat. Because in nature, you can only get essential fatty acids if you get it from a rich fatty source. So your body actually thinks, oh, I'm already getting enough fat in my diet, in my body, so I can more easily let go of the fat stored in the body, because the fat stored in your body is non-essential. But your body thinks you're getting all this extra fat in it because you're consuming the CLA. But it's not actually getting the extra fat. So net value is you lose extra body fat, or you more easily get rid of it when in a caloric deficit or when doing cardio. And also semi-essential, especially when you're also in a caloric deficit, is a multivitamin, a very good multivitamin. Multivitamins contain minerals and vitamins, of course. But for those of you who do not know, these are actually needed to form enzymes, and enzymes and coenzymes are needed to metabolize protein, fats, and carbohydrates in your body. So just imagine if you miss too much of a coenzyme or an enzyme in your body, you may not be able to efficiently metabolize protein or fats, causing them to either store in your body as fats or fuel, or not being able to be used for muscle protein synthesis. Is that what you want? No. You always want to have everything at 100% of what you need. So especially when you're in a caloric deficit, you may not be able to get enough of these nutrients through your food. So having an extra multivitamin, not too high dose, just a low dose, a medium dose, to get everything you need in your system. And that will help you tremendously if you do it consistently, guys. It's a supplement. It's not a miracle pill, but it supplements your needs. So take that word quite literally. And also semi-essential is, for example, a good whey protein, a mixed whey protein. However, you can get enough protein from your food, but just for that extra edge, making sure you get enough leucine, enough of the essential amino acids, getting a great whey protein or an egg protein or a mixed combination of both, fast and slow acting, you make sure that the levels of essential amino acids in your bloodstream remains high enough for muscle protein synthesis to remain high enough as well. Sometimes your protein balance may drop, and the moment it drops below a certain level, your muscle protein synthesis effect is not triggered. However, you want it triggered the entire day. So having a slow absorbing protein in your diet, like a super protein complex, which I happen to sell, sorry for the shameless plug, but I sell old school supplements, then you know for sure that the muscle protein synthesis effect is triggered for a longer time than usual. And all the supplements I mentioned are available on supplements.vintagegenetics.com. At least there you know that what's in there is in there in the highest possible quality available. So those to me are the essential supplements for sure. I'm looking around here. There's not much else that I use myself. So you really don't have to use a pre-workout. It's not essential. It's helpful. What else do you have? Fat burner, again, not essential. It's helpful in a cut. So these are all tools to help you, but some of them are essential / semi-essential. Everybody has their opinion about them, but this is mine. Next and last question by Johan Rindo 4. Great video again. Are you competing again this year or waiting to put more gains for the Olympia Classic Physique? Both. I will gain more muscle quality for the Olympia Will it be this year or next year? Who knows? But it will be one of the two, preferably this very year. And I will also be doing a classic physique contest within 2 months, actually. So that is very exciting. I will make a separate video about this very contest extremely soon, telling you exactly what my plans are for this year. Hey, get shut down. You don't want that. You want the lighting. But I will tell you exactly what my plan will be, because this will be my first classic physique contest, guys. I won't be a super heavyweight bodybuilder anymore. I will finally step into the classic physique realm of bodybuilding and will do my best. Well, not just my best. I will conquer this field, get up as high as possible, and partly thanks to you, I have the faith and belief in myself that I can do it. So, with your support, I will get to the top, I promise you that, and you will see everything happening, what I do, exactly what I do nutrition-wise, training-wise, etc.-wise, everything-wise, backstage, traveling, vlogs, cooking, and more. You will see it all. I like to show you guys exactly what I do to get ready for such shows, show you what my life is about, and how those things go. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video, and if you have any other questions, ask them down below for the next Q&A video. Once again, thank you for your support, and do not forget to stay golden.